Hi, my name is Julie, and my story animated will give $1,000 to one lucky person who subscribes in the next 7 days. Tell your friends, your sister, brother, and mom to subscribe now! I have no idea where I was born or who my parents really were. All I ever knew was my orphanage and the kids there. But once when I was 5, I saw a magazine in a trash bin and I fished it out. As I flipped the pages, I came across a picture of a beautiful couple. They looked perfect! I was certain my parents looked like that. I cut out the picture and tucked it under my pillow. The next day, a couple came to the orphanage and the head mother took me to meet them. I looked at their faces and then at the picture in my hand. Nah, I'm not going with them. And with that, I ran off to hide. Basically, after that, I refused to get adopted till I met the couple of my dreams. By the time I was in 1st grade, most of my friends had left. One night, as I was looking out the window at the stars, I spotted some paint cans and brushes by a wall. I climbed down and started painting on the side of the building. I thought it looked really good, but the next morning, I woke up to the head mother's screams.
I want everyone downstairs, now!
As I joined the rest outside, she pointed at my painting.
Which one of you brats made this nonsense?
Speak up! Just then, a car drove up to the orphanage, and I was shook! It was a beautiful couple, exactly like the one in my picture. Okay, not exactly, but close enough. Suddenly the woman said, "Oh, wow! Who painted this wall mural?" "Me! It was me!" The head mother turned purple while the couple told me I was so talented. And then they adopted me. When we reached their house, my jaw dropped. It looked more like a palace. They took me to my beautiful room, and a maid walked in with paints and brushes.
You can paint the walls however you like, sweetheart. Go crazy.
For the next 2 years, I lived my best life. Grand birthdays, party on yachts, exotic vacations. My parents kept me by their side and were always boasting to their friends about how talented I was. I felt truly loved. Then one day, in 3rd grade, I went downstairs to find them crying. "Mom? Dad? What's wrong?" "Oh, darling, these are happy tears. I'm pregnant. After trying for 10 years, I can't believe this is happening." I ran forward and hugged them. It would be awesome to have a sibling. I fell in love with baby Polly at first sight. While she and Mom were resting in the hospital room, I went to the vending machine to get candy. But when I returned, the room was empty. I ran to the reception, and the lady there said that my family had just checked out. Wait, what? I felt panic rise in my chest. Just then, a kind-looking doctor approached me. "Sweetheart, is everything okay?" I got lost. Can you take me home, please?" The lady dropped me home, and I stormed off inside. I found my parents in my room, and all my stuff was outside. Some men were slapping on pink paint all over my wall art. "Mom, Dad, I'm here!"
Good to know. Why are you announcing it?
Hello? You guys forgot me at the hospital? "No, I didn't." "Did you hit your head somewhere? And can you please pick up your stuff?" Turns out my parents had decided to convert my room to Polly's nursery, and I was shifted to the room in the other wing of the house. As Polly grew older, she had my parents wrapped around her little finger. She could do no wrong. Once when she was 2, we were having dinner when she jumped onto the table and pushed my bowl of hot soup onto my lap. "Gosh, Polly, what's wrong with you?"
Don't talk to her like that. She's just a baby. She doesn't know what she's doing.
As I stormed off to change, I didn't feel too sure about that. By the time Polly was 4, my parents felt worried because she still only spoke in her baby language. One time when I was watching TV, she suddenly climbed onto the couch and brought her face close to my ear. "Julie, I hate you. You're disgusting." "What? What did you just say?" "You heard me." And with that, she smiled and started watching TV. Just then, Mom and Dad walked in and I shouted, "You won't believe this! Polly can talk! Like proper words!" "What? Oh, my baby, I missed it!" "What did she say?" "She said she hates me, and I'm disgusting."
Wow, Julie. Really? She just started talking and she's saying words like disgusting? What rubbish!
"I swear!" "Oh, be quiet. Polly, if you can talk, say, 'I love you, Mommy.'" "Baba Mumuka." You've got us excited over nothing, Julie. I don't know why you're turning into such a brat. Oh my God! I was convinced my baby sister was a psychopath. One night, I looked at the symptoms of psychopaths online, and they were usually highly intelligent and used big words from a young age. Polly seemed to fit the description perfectly. She started talking properly in front of everyone soon, but that just made things worse. When I was in 11th grade, and Polly was 8, my parents decided to host a grand New Year's party. As I was getting dressed, I looked up in the mirror to see Polly standing behind me, holding a pair of scissors. "Hey, that's dangerous. Give it to me." She gave me a look that sent shivers down my spine. "You didn't say please." And then she grabbed her long blonde curls and snipped them off. "Oh my God, why'd you do that?" "Oh, you'll see." And suddenly, her bottom lip started to quiver and tears welled up in her eyes. "Mom! Dad! Look what Julie did! My beautiful curls! This is such a tragedy!" Mom and Dad came running, and they were beyond furious. They wouldn't even listen to me.
"We know you're jealous of Polly, but we never thought you'd go this far."
"Sometimes I wonder if we made a mistake adopting you. Sometimes I think I made a mistake too, thinking you were the perfect parents." With that, I ran off to the park across the street. I was sitting on the swings when someone joined me.
"Hey, is everything okay? Why are you here by yourself at night?"
"I live right across the street, and I'm fine. Why are you here?"
"Oh, I just moved here with my aunt, in the house next to that huge mansion."
I felt myself warming up to his kind face, but just then, my tummy let out a loud growl. God, how embarrassing! But he didn't laugh. He just leapt off the swing and said,
"I gotta head home for dinner. Would you like to join me and my aunt?"
When I got to his house, I was in for a surprise. His aunt was that doctor who dropped me from the hospital years ago, and she actually recognized me. As Lucas walked me back home, a clock somewhere struck midnight, and fireworks exploded all over the sky. "Happy New Year!" He suddenly took my hand, and my heart raced a little.
"Everyone should have someone to kiss on New Year's Eve. Happy New Year, Julie."
He pulled me closer, and I leaned in for a kiss. My parents decided to give me the silent treatment for the next few weeks, but I didn't care. I'd spend all my time after school painting in my room or hanging out at Lucas's place. We'd started dating, and I was loving every second of it. One night, I let Lucas in through my window, and we were making out when suddenly we heard the lock on the door click, and someone flung it open. It was Polly. "Oh my God, how did you open the door?" "I have keys to all the rooms, duh. I come here all the time. So, why are you keeping your boyfriend a secret from me?" "You're seriously asking why? Maybe because you're a complete psycho, and you'll find a way to ruin anything good in my life?" "Jeez, you're so melodramatic. So, Lucas, how soon can you marry Julie and take her away?"
"What? I can't marry her right now, but..."
"Wrong answer!" And with that, she fled the room. 2 minutes later, my parents burst in to find me sleeping peacefully.
"Where's the boy?"
What? What boy?" "Polly said you had a boy in your room." "Well, I was sleeping, so I don't know what crazy Polly saw. Go ahead and look." My parents searched my room and the servants searched the grounds and found nothing. After they finally left, I lifted the loose floorboard in my room and Lucas crept out from under it. That Polly thought she knew everything, but I'd been here longer than her. But to my horror, the door flung open again, and my parents and Polly were standing there. "See? I told you he was still here." How did she even know? All hell broke loose as my parents called over Lucas's aunt and threatened to hand him to the police for breaking in. "Please, sir, it won't happen again."
"You bet it won't. Do you even know who I am? Stay away from my house, or you'll regret it."
As Lucas's aunt dragged him off, Dad turned to me.
"You're grounded for eternity. God knows what kind of people your parents were, because you seem like a really bad egg."
Well, by that logic, your parents must have been big jerks.
How dare you talk like that? After everything we've done for you? You're just an orphan no one wanted, and we saved you from that miserable place.
No, you took me because you just wanted a talented child to show off. But since Polly came, you've reminded me every day that I'm not your kid. As I paced around my room furiously, my eyes fell on a stuffed teddy bear on the shelf. It was the only present Polly had given me once. And suddenly, I had a realization why. I pulled out the teddy bear's eyes, and I saw what I'd suspected. There was a tiny camera behind one of them. Polly had been using it to spy on me. I looked straight into the camera. "Polly, you're a creep, but this is the last time you'll mess with me." And with that, I ripped it out and smashed it with my foot. That night, I packed my paintings and climbed out the window, leaving that house behind forever. And it felt good. But I didn't go to Lucas. I went back to the orphanage.
"Well, I just knew you'd be back one day. You can stay, but you'll have to earn your keep."
I started teaching kids in the orphanage, and I felt happier than I had in ages. One day as I was going to class, a car drove up, and I was shocked to see Lucas and his aunt. Lucas ran to me and gave me a bear hug. His aunt took my hand next and said, "Julie, Lucas and I were wondering, would it be okay if I officially adopted you? Thank you for that, but I don't need a parent. I can take care of myself. I'm just happy to have you as my friend." I kept dating Lucas while I worked my way through college. Soon after my graduation, he went down on one knee with a ring. And of course I said yes. We got married in a small ceremony, but I made sure to invite all the kids from the orphanage. We had the sweetest wedding day ever. A year later, I gave birth to a beautiful baby boy, and my heart soared with joy. I'll work hard to give you the best life possible, and I'll make you always know that you're truly, truly loved.
Hi guys, my name is Maya and I'm from Jordan. I have two sisters who are a couple of years older than me. They both have blonde hair, blue eyes, and fair skin, while my eyes are black like my curly hair. My sisters thought they were prettier than me and they made sure I never forgot that. Once when I was in kindergarten, I came home to show everyone the family tree I'd made. My oldest sister, Layla, the meanest girl on earth, snatched the card from me and said, "Aw, you drew this? I can't deny it's beautiful, but I think you missed something." And with that, she colored my face with a black crayon. "See? Now it looks better." She threw the card at me and left laughing with my other sister, Selma. I cried, but Mom hugged me tight. "Oh, Maya, ignore your sisters. They're jealous of your beauty." Mom always cheered me up, but I realized she was lying when I was 8 and some guests came to visit. One of the women said to my mom, "Your daughters are pretty, but this youngest one is quite unlucky. I doubt she'll ever get married. Oh well, she can take care of you and your husband in your old age." I think Maya is special in her own way. And then Selma spoke up. "Mom, she is ugly. Just face it. Stop being stupid and shut up already. Don't talk to Mom like that, you witch." I pounced on her and bit her arm so hard it swelled up. She had to put on a bandage for a week. As if my sisters weren't awful enough, Dad was a jerk too. He didn't love Mom at all. He was only with her because she was rich. He thought I was ugly too and always blamed Mom for giving me her genes. Since I was Mom's favorite, she did her best to make up for the rest of my terrible family. When I was only in the 7th grade, I had a big closet full of the fanciest clothes and makeup brands. I liked that, but what I really wanted the most was to join an international school in the capital city. Mom said we'd move, but my sisters threw a huge tantrum when they found out. Why would we leave our amazing lives and friends and go live somewhere else? It's not our fault that Mia is ugly and no one likes her here. Mom, Mia is worthless. She would be more useful if we used her as our broom. Her ugly curly hair is perfect for that. The two witches started laughing like maniacs. Just then, Dad walked in and shouted,
"Listen, woman, if you decide to move out, you can consider yourself divorced."
"Mom, that's amazing." Mom smiled at me and decided to leave. And Dad did divorce Mom. My sisters had no choice but to come with us. And now, they hated me even more. My birthday usually fell on the first day of school and Mom would always throw a huge party. But this time, I told her that I didn't want to celebrate my birthday anymore. Why would someone celebrate losing a year of their life? To celebrate getting older? That's just weird. Baby, why are you saying this? I see celebrating a birthday as being grateful for living another year. Listen, why don't we just celebrate it at school? I'll give all the kids fancy presents and they'll like you from the first day. No, Mom, I don't want to buy anyone's love. I just want people to love me for who I am. Well, the new school wasn't a lot better than home. On my first day, I met a girl named Noor. She was a redhead and her beauty was unique. When I entered the classroom, she stared at me from head to toe, then said, "Ooh, attention everyone. We have a new baby here, but we all know our classroom only has pretty girls with fair faces and light hair. What are we going to do with this ugly duckling?" The room fell silent and everyone was staring at me. Suddenly, I just snapped and started screaming, "Shut up! Shut up! You and everyone here, just shut up! I hate you! I hate you! I hate you! You shallow people!" Everyone looked shocked and they started whispering. Just then, my sister showed up from behind me. "Oh, excuse her. She's our sister, but she has some issues. We are so sorry for her bad manners." With that, they pushed me aside and introduced themselves to Noor and started taking selfies with her. Ugh, these horrible creatures. It was obvious that this Noor ruled the school, and I knew after my outburst, she wouldn't leave me alone. But to my surprise, she did leave me alone. I was the invisible girl. No one dared to talk to me or sit next to me because they knew Noor would be mad. Things went on like that for weeks, until one day a couple of boys sat next to me at lunch. "Hey, listen, I'm speaking on behalf of all the boys in the school. We all think you're very pretty." "What? Are you making fun of me?" "Why would we? Those big black eyes, this long curly hair, and that tanned, flawless skin. God, I really wish Noor wasn't around. You're so pretty, Maya." "Oh, so you're man enough to confess your feelings, but only when Noor isn't around. You're like scared mice in front of her. Just go away and leave me alone." "Told you. She's not only pretty, she's brave too, and always speaks her mind. Man, I think I'm falling in love." Just then, Noor passed by and the boys ran off like little baby rabbits. Later that day, when I walked past the bathroom, I heard some girls scream whispering and cursing. I opened the door and found Noor and Layla pushing another small girl who was screaming in fright. I immediately pushed Noor aside. "What are you doing? Stop this." "Oh, look who's here. And what are you gonna do about it? Touch her again and I will hurt you." "Oh, really, Robin Hood? Watch this." And then she pushed the small girl again. I was about to attack her when Layla jumped in and the two pinned me against the wall. "Just leave before you regret coming to this school." They let me go and I ran away, straight to the principal's office. If they thought I'd let them get away with being bullies, they were so wrong. And I was so happy when Noor and Layla got suspended for 2 weeks. Layla and I didn't talk at home, and I didn't tell Mom about anything. One day during lunch, the cute boy from the other day came to me and announced in front of everyone, "I think you're right. I can't be scared forever. I like you, Maya. Can we be friends?" Just then, Noor came running to us screaming, "Heck no!" Suddenly, she attacked me, and then she ripped my t-shirt so that everyone could see the burn scars on my stomach. I got these scars when I was 3, and I'd never told a soul about them. Everyone, just look at her. She's a freak. Why would you want to be with someone like her when you could have a perfect girl like me? The boys were staring at my stomach, speechless, and so was everyone else. I was shocked. Of course, only my sisters could have told Noor about my scars. Angry tears started rolling down my cheeks. "Oh, look at this crybaby. Not only do you have an ugly face, it's just that everything is so ugly about you. Just stay home and say goodbye to high school. And you, say goodbye to your shiny, smooth, red hair." And with that, I jumped on her and started tearing her hair out. She started screaming and crying until some of the students and teachers pulled me away. The principal demanded that I come to her office, but I pushed her away and ran out of the school. Mom was furious when she heard the whole thing. She said she wanted to come to the school. I said no and tried to convince her to stay home. But the next day, Mom turned up at school. The moment she saw Noor, she started walking towards her angrily to shout at her. But just then, Layla pushed Mom away and she fell on the ground. "Don't you dare touch my friend. Instead of coming to school to embarrass yourself, stay home and discipline your little Maya. She's a monster, not a sister." I couldn't take it anymore. I jumped on Layla to attack her. Suddenly, Selma came running too, and I knew I was about to get my butt kicked. But to my shock, she slapped Layla and pushed her away from me. Then she helped Mom get up, and I couldn't believe my eyes. Did Selma just defend me and Mom? That's enough, Layla. I would never choose a stranger over my family, especially a jerk like Noor. She promised to keep Maya's scars a secret, and look what she did yesterday. And that's why I'm ending my stupid friendship with her and you, Layla. Layla looked furious. She took Noor's hand and they both stormed off. Later that evening, I barged into Layla and Selma's room to get something off my chest. "I just came here to say, you two have mocked me and bullied me all my life, but to tell my biggest secret to someone like Noor, and let her humiliate me in front of everyone? That's really low, even for you. And I'm done with you guys for good. But Maya, I'm on your side. I'm not dumb, Selma. I only know you defended me and Mom because you probably got into some dumb fight with Layla and wanted to tease her. Just then, Selma started to cry and got down on her knees. I swear I've changed. Maya, I've been a mean, jealous jerk. I've always envied you for your beauty and even more for your amazing personality. You're confident, brave, smart, funny, and kind. You're amazing, my little sister. You're amazing. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Selma was jealous of my beauty? I helped her get up and hugged her tight. And for the first time, she said, I love you, Maya. I truly do. I'm sorry about all the pain I caused you. Please forgive me. It's all right now. I forgive you. And I love you too. Ew, I think I'm gonna barf. I still think you're ugly, Maya, and I don't regret telling Noor anything. I'd choose my gorgeous BFF over you two losers any day. I can't even share a room with you anymore, Selma. You disgust me. And with that, she picked up her things and moved to the attic. Some weeks later, Layla had to make a presentation on Earth Day in front of the whole school, including some important guests like the Minister of Education. When it was her turn, she went onto the stage confidently and turned on the slideshow. But to my horror, I saw pictures of me on the screen with terrible things written about how dark and ugly I was.
Layla, what is this nonsense?
She looked as shocked as I felt. I swear, sir, I have no idea. This is not the slideshow I made. Suddenly, I spotted Noor in a corner laughing her head off. Of course it was her. Sir, I'm her sister, and I know she didn't do that. She wouldn't. It's that girl, Noor. Shut up, Maya. Who asked you to defend me? No, babe. She's right. I just hate her. And you're just so dumb. And made it so easy for me to ruin your sister. I'm the queen of this school. And no one can replace me. And imagine if it was a dark, ugly girl like her.
That's enough. I will not tolerate this awful behavior anymore. Noor, Layla, you're both expelled.
Just then, the minister rose from his seat.
Not only expelled, I'll make sure that you only get enrolled in a strict Catholic school so you can learn some manners and discipline. You're such a disgrace to this school, bullying people for how they look. Everyone is beautiful in their own way.
The whole auditorium started to applaud as the two stormed off. By the time we got home, Mom told us that Layla had packed her bags and moved back with Dad. I think Layla and Noor got what they deserved. I won't let anyone manipulate me like they did anymore. I'm beautiful and strong just as I am.